How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready. What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great night so far. Happy Saturday. This is you know what? I wouldn't say it's a unusual Saturday night, but I feel like I'm doing Saturday nights more than usual. So, happy Saturday night. Hope you guys had a great Friday night. Hope you guys have had a great weekend so far. Hopefully you guys have been safe. Don't do anything dumb. I will cover you. I promise. All right, let's get into some court. I've got a bunch of random stuff. This is, a normal weekend. Saturdays, well, no. Generally, my Sunday night streams are just random, just from the vault clips because I don't really watch court on weekends. I know there's court out there, but I've kind of stopped watching weekend courts. I do it all week long. So, yeah, we just gotta deal with old clips. But I do try to find clips that you guys potentially haven't seen yet, and I hopefully I made that mark. All right, you guys ready? I want to watch some court. You guys want to watch some court? Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Height.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. If I could have you just state your name and date of birth, please, for the record.
Taylor Hyatt, August 12th, 1988.
Thanks, Mr. Hyatt. Just getting your paperwork pulled up here, sir.
Sir.
So it looks like I'd ordered you to complete 8 days of work crew. It was originally assigned back in January. I last saw you on the 11th of July. You were terminated from work crew with no days completed. There were some warrants right now pending on a DWS 2 and a DWS 3. I reassigned your work crew as last chance. Yep.
The warrants I had taken care of, I had gone to court and I had them quashed. I don't know if I have those papers on, but I did have those care of. I could have sworn that the court date for those was on the 15th of this month. But the work crew, I know that you've given me multiple chances.
Hey, Terrapin, I am so sorry that I didn't see your message last night. I meant to send a message yesterday saying that I was not going to stream last night, and I swapped it to tonight. Yeah, it was, Heather she went home this weekend. So she is visiting her family this weekend. So we swapped date night from tonight to last night. So I am so sorry I didn't see your message till this morning. Please forgive me. That's all I can ask for.
And I know that I was supposed to be there in person today. I have a hard time to get around sometimes, but I mean, right now my boss drives me to work every day, and that's actually where I'm at right now. I was going to maybe ask if you could give me like one more month. I'll just bust them out and I'll get them done. I have a superior court case I'm dealing with in Vancouver, and I have an ankle monitor on, and I have to check in every other week with pretrial release. I mean, I have kind of a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage, it's been 9 months and you haven't done any, so no, I'm not going to do that. The thought would be we can do it two ways. One, I can have you reassigned a court-appointed attorney if you want an attorney.
Jenny!
Or I'm going to convert it just to 3 days jail, but you're going to have to do the jail in Skamania County, so I don't know if you can get a ride up there or not, but it's your choice.
Yeah, okay. You can do whatever you want to. I don't know why you keep sending these messages, so I'm gonna confront you on this. I don't know who you are, so if you want to hang out, that's fine. Hang out, enjoy the time. We're a great, loving group of people. I don't understand why you're sending these passive aggressive messages though. So please stop sending the passive aggressive message. Yeah, all I said was I don't know who you are. That's all.
Can I possibly, I guess, talk to an attorney then? I mean, like I said, I have an ankle monitor on. If I go to jail, they're gonna take it off me, and I'm gonna have to wait for 2 Watch to come and put another one on me. And I mean, I'm on bail.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
get it.
I'm gonna be
I get
kind of
it.
candid with you, sir. If you go out and you commit more crimes, allegedly, and this is after I put you on probation on these cases, 5 months later, you went out and committed some felonies, allegedly. So yeah, if I'm not super sympathetic about your complications, it's because you kind of self-inflicted some of these things yourself. So I can certainly reassign an attorney to you. But I'm going to expect you to be in court here in person, or I'm going to convert all of your time to jail next time. Okay.
I understand, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So we're going to set him over. He was previously assigned with Mr. Cheney. I'm going to reassign Mr. Cheney on his cases. Looking for a date, maybe a Mr. Cheney date in early November, please, Madam Clerks.
Your Honor, so does it show that I still have those warrants for those driving while suspended?
Nope, it does not.
Okay.
That was no, that was the last time you saw me. There was the warrants.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Nancy, stop. I don't. If you're the Nancy that used to hang around all the time, then that's different. I just can't. I can't just assume everyone's name's the person that you're. Who I think that it may be. I can't do that. So if that's you, I'm glad you're back. But I just can't assume that everybody's who I think they are. So Nancy, if this is the Nancy that used to hang out all the time, that disappears all the time, but you came back, then great. I'm glad you're back. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm just saying I don't know who you are. So yeah, I'm not trying to start a fight with you. I'm really am not.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to see you, Mr. Height, on the 21st. You need to call Mr. Cheney's office, though. He was your attorney before. He's who I'm reassigning on your case. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to mail you some
Okay.
paperwork. Are you still on Northeast 88th Street in Vancouver?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to make a couple notes on here. Okay, I put a note here that I've reassigned Mr. Cheney on your cases, and you are to be here in person on November 21st at 1:30. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to mail it to you to at the address on 88th Street.
All right. Thank you.
Dallas Lee.
All right, I have no idea what happened in that. I was catching up in chat. I have no idea what happened in that first clip. All right, so for those of you that do not hang out with me on weekends, I just play essentially my oldest clips, and I just go through my list of my oldest court clips, and I just add them to a video. So it's kind of a way for me to clean out my folder, but also have fun with you guys because I have no idea what's coming. And I was reading the chat, and the clip's already over. Also, Tupac, thank you so much, Tupac, for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Welcome to the 10 new members. That is awesome, Tupac. All right, let's move on. I don't want to keep calling out Nancy. Nancy, you're more than welcome to be here. Again, I don't know who you are. If you can hang out as much as you want. I'm not calling you out. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. So let's just keep going. Let's all be civil. I'm not kicking you out, Nancy. You can hang out as much as you want to. So that's it. All right, next clip. Let's go.
Step up here and state your full name for the judge.
Felony. Morning.
Angela Monique Rodriguez.
Okay.
That is a question I can answer. Heather went home for the weekend. So she is Canadian, as you all know. She went from Halifax to Cape Breton for the weekend. So she went back home, which is why I was not streaming last night, and I'm streaming tonight. So she's with her family tonight. So we took time off last night instead of tonight. So yeah, that's where she is. She's back home with her family right now, and she keeps sending me pictures, and I'm jealous because I don't know if you guys have ever seen Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. It might be one of the most gorgeous places I've ever seen on the planet. But that's where Heather is right now. She's in probably the most gorgeous place on the planet.
Must be a Cordero at the bottom of it, but I don't use it.
Okay. I've got, Cordero Angela Monique Rodriguez.
Nope, that's incorrect.
Okay. Have you ever been arrested under that name before?
That's what I have.
Okay, so that's why it's going to show, and that's why it will never go away. So,
We're divorced now, though.
yeah, but they connect to the new name, so the old name will connect to the new name.
That's fine. I don't care what name you call me. I just don't. I want my name. That's it.
Well, your name is in there, correct?
Yes.
All right. Do you have a residence?
Yes.
Can I get that address, please?
110 West Airport Road, number 14, here in Payson.
All right. And
Johnny, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Wherever she is got 60% more beautiful when she arrived. Yeah, that's not true. Stop hating on my girlfriend. First and foremost, stop hating on my girlfriend. Second off, it got 10,000% more beautiful when she arrived. So your numbers are way off. See what I did there? I took your comment to try to up myself. Yeah, I don't know if it worked or not. Okay, let's watch this train wreck though. No, we're not. We're gonna walk away from my girlfriend being home for the weekend, and we're gonna watch this train wreck. This is bad. So let's go.
your phone number ends in 9114?
Yes, sir.
All right. And then I've got a email that has 78 and then a Gmail.
That's correct.
All right. So the state is charging you with 2 crimes. Let me get them both out in front here. They're 2 different cases. The first charge is a theft of means of transportation. That's a felony charge. The second charge is a trespassing in the first degree, and that is a felony charge as well. You have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial on both of those. I've scheduled you for a court date for both of the charges on October 21st at 3:00 p.m. That's for a preliminary hearing. A preliminary hearing is where the prosecutor or the state representative will present testimony and evidence to a judge or to a grand jury to determine if there's probable cause to charge you with those. If there is probable cause, the case will bind over to the Gila County Superior Court. If there's not probable cause, the cases could be dismissed. Your release conditions are as follows. Obey all orders of the court. Do not commit any crimes. Notify the court immediately if your address changes. Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. Do not have any contact with the alleged victims in any manner. Do not go near the location of the alleged offense. If you have personal property at any of the locations, then you must return with a police officer only to collect your personal belongings. And then since they're felony allegations, it's unlawful to possess firearms. If you're convicted, you could become a prohibited possessor. Regarding the charges, there's a $1,000 bond on each charge. Being that you're held in custody on a bond, you have the right to a court-appointed attorney if you cannot afford to hire one. Can you afford to hire your own attorney?
Not right now, no.
Okay, so I'd like to ask you some questions regarding your finances to see if you qualify for the court-appointed attorney. If you'd please raise your right hand for an oath. Do you solemnly swear the information you're providing the court regarding your finances to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
Yes.
Thank you. What is your marital status? Single, married, partnered, separated, divorced?
Divorced.
Okay. How many other people do you financially support?
At the moment,
Correct.
myself.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay, what do you do?
I am the owner and CEO of Sage and Shine Cleaning Company.
I'm sorry, what was the name of it again?
Sage and Shine?
Okay. And how long have you been doing that?
Just got it up and running in March of this year.
Okay.
It's 11:15 where you are. That means I've got less than 2 hours before my Bengals play No One Knows Eagles. No, are you here? I saw his name pop up a second ago. No, and I have a bet for tomorrow's Bengals Eagles game. I'll let you guys in on the bet after this clip's over, though. But I cannot wait. Can't wait.
I don't know.
What is your approximate monthly take-home pay?
It varies. It depends.
So on an average, what would you say? Since
On a
you're-
monthly rate?
Correct.
All right, HCC. You know what? I'll add you into the bet. You, HCC, and No can all be a part of the bet. It's a good bet. It's a friendly bet, and it's going to be fun over YouTube, and we're going to have fun with it. So yeah, I'll explain what it is after this clip. But HCC, you're now part of it. You're not going to lose anything except for maybe your dignity. Just saying, but you're now a part of it.
500 to 1,500 a month?
Okay. I'll go with the low end of that then.
Okay. Fair enough.
Do you have any income from any other sources like Social Security, disability, unemployment, child or spousal support, or any other investments?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Do you own a house?
Not any longer now.
Do you have
No.
any bank or retirement accounts?
Yes.
Okay. What are the funds in the accounts?
I have not been able to check them. I have no clue. Couldn't tell you.
You couldn't tell me if it's $1 to $1,000 to $20,000 to.
Couldn't tell you. Haven't had a phone or cards or ID and
Yeah, Nancy. Okay, I get it. You're sorry. I don't know what you're sorry for. You said 1,000 times. It's okay. I don't know what I'm forgiving you for, but you said you're sorry a couple times. All right, I forgive you. I don't know what I'm forgiving you for. Everything's good. Just hang out and relax with us and have fun. That's it.
I don't know how long. Month, maybe? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Okay.
Couldn't tell you. I haven't been to the bank.
Do you have any outstanding loans?
Maybe. I don't know. Don't think so.
So you would know if you're obligated to pay somebody to borrow money from them or about them. If you didn't know that, you wouldn't owe money to somebody. So
Right.
people that borrow money or owe money on a car or a house know that they have to make payments monthly. So you don't know if you have any of that?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay.
It's a little irritated, though.
What's that?
Nothing.
Okay, I'll put unknown amount in the bank, unknown whether you have loans or not. Do you know what your monthly expenses are? So you make roughly $500 to $1,500 a month on average. And then do you know what your bills are roughly?
Not really, because they've all been, summer when they were up, and the winter they're up. I don't know what they are right now. I have not been home. I haven't been allowed to be home. So I, honest to God, don't know what to say to you.
Do you have do you have a cell phone?
I did have a cell phone, yes.
Did you pay a bill on that?
For whatever month we're in, I don't know. I don't know. No, I did not. We're in October.
Okay,
No, I
so
haven't made a payment on that.
did you make
You know what, Annie? I accept your apology, but there was not an apology needed. Thank you for saying that. I don't know why these comments keep coming through. I I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but let's you don't have to say sorry for not hanging out. You guys have lives, all right? You guys can do whatever you want to do. So let's just watch, and this train wreck's about to get good. I hope. Again, this is about 3 weeks old, so I actually have no idea how this finishes, but I think it ends up well.
The payment in September.
Yes,
All right, how much was that?
150.
Okay, do you eat?
Do I eat?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I get food stamps.
Okay, so you do receive an income from other sources then?
I just remembered that, yeah, that is another source. Yeah,
Okay.
they just hit yesterday, I was gonna, never mind.
What's your food stamps amount?
I don't know the exact amount, but I think it's like 800 a month. My children used to live with me, so it was for all three of us.
Okay.
Well, two of my kids.
Do you drive a vehicle or anything like that, or have any gas expenses or anything like that?
Not right now.
All right, we'll just use a cell phone of $150 a month.
Well, that cell phone bill that I was paying was for 3 phones.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
it might be less now.
Okay, the court finds that you do qualify regardless for a court-appointed attorney. So let me explain to you how that happens. So since you're held in custody, the prosecutor has 48 hours from the date and time of this hearing to file a complaint against you. If they do file the complaint on those 2 charges, then you'll have an attorney assigned at that time, then they'll review your bond and they get to have a discussion with you regarding the charges. If they do not file a complaint within 48 hours of this hearing, you'll be released on your own recognizance, but the case can be filed up to 7 years from the date of your arrest. Do you understand that?
So I have to stay in custody for 48 more hours?
48 hours to see if they file a complaint. And if they do, then you're still in custody with a $1,000 bond on each charge, and then your attorney will have to work for you on that. So, any other questions in that?
Haven't I already been here 48 hours?
No, you've been here for roughly 24 hours, but not 48 hours. So, but that's your initial appearance. So now we're having your initial appearance now. You're arrested and in custody. Now you're having an initial appearance. The time starts now for 48 hours from your initial appearance.
And what about the time served? I've been here since yesterday at like 11?
That's for you alleging that you committed these offenses. So that's just time. That's being arrested. So now 48 hours with the bond, unless you bond out, that's when the timeline starts.
That doesn't make any sense to me, but
Talk to your legislators on that. That's how they legislate. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day.
You too.
We'll get you some.
I really thought that was more exciting. I'm really sorry, guys. I thought it was more exciting. I don't know why I grabbed that clip. All right, let's keep moving on. Let's move on. What do I have next? Again, it's Saturday. All right. You guys know I have a soft spot for Judge Garcia. Judge Garcia deals with a lot day in and day out. No idea what's going on. For those of you that are unaware of my weekend dockets, I literally just go to the end of what's the oldest clip I have, and I just add it to a video. So I added about 7 videos tonight. So we're already 2 down. Now this is number 3. Hold on. Tupac, 10 gifted memberships. Tupac, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Welcome to the 10 new members. Thank you so much, Tupac. And Mayor with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. 15 gifted memberships. 15. You guys are awesome. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what Judge Garcia is doing.
All right, Mr. Moore, this is a 2019 ticket, expired registration, speeding, and a failure to appear. How do you plead to those? I'm sorry, expired. Yeah,
I was muted. I was muted. I was saying hi to Mary Brown. I was saying hi to Mary Brown. I was saying thank you so much for hanging out. I've been seeing her messages, and did you guys hear me say hi to the people that give the memberships? Please tell me you heard the gifted memberships. Please, 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 please. Because I said thank you to Tupac and Mayor. Did those thank yous come through? Yes, we heard that. Okay. Thank you so much, Shadi. Thank you. All right. Let's just keep going. Yeah, my mute button apparently sucks. Let's keep going.
yeah. No contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What's going on, Mr. Moore?
I honestly don't remember being pulled over due to my disability. I do have insurance and registration is valid from probably the day that I was here.
Was your registration valid in 2019?
It was the day that I did show up. Yes.
Serena, this is actually a funny statement. You cannot use the inside your head voice. You must use your outside your head. So I've said this a few times in the past, but my walls are not thick. I live in an apartment building, and I really want to know what the people that live around me think that I do. Because they have to hear me. They have to. I'm deaf. So my volumes are jacked up. When I turn the TV on, my volume's jacked up. I've gotten noise complaints on me in the past. I really want to know what people think. I really do. I really wish I could just like knock on the door and interview people. Like, what do you think I do for a living? And then show up just as Shaggy. Because I could pull off Shaggy. I'm talented. Or Waldo. Waldo would be better. Waldo would be better. I could do that. Yeah. All right. Let's keep watching court. You guys aren't here for my exposition. So let's go.
Ma'am, I did have it registered and insured at that time.
Do you have proof of that?
Yes, I'd have to get it from my wife.
Okay, well, today was your court date. That might have been a good thing to have brought today, considering that's what your ticket's for.
Yes, ma'am. I was pulled over this morning and followed here.
Okay, so what do you mean you were pulled over this morning?
I was pulled over this morning and followed here by constable to get here.
Okay, why were you pulled over
I don't
this morning?
remember having this ticket.
Why were you pulled over this morning?
Just bought a vehicle for no insurance and plates on the vehicle.
Okay, so you currently don't have insurance?
On that vehicle, I have insurance on all my vehicles.
Okay, but not on this one. So they pulled you over because you had an active warrant?
No.
Or were you breaking the law this morning that they had a reason to pull you over?
Yes.
What were you doing this morning?
Plates on the vehicle.
You had no license plates on the vehicle. Okay, why don't you have plates on the vehicle?
Liable Police Department, they took them yesterday
Why?
because I purchased the vehicle through a friend from an auction.
Okay. So Mr. James, you're not 5 anymore. You need to get it together.
Yes.
You understand? Because you've got a 2019 ticket
Yes, ma'am.
that you haven't come in. They made you come in and take care of it because this has been since 2019. So if you wouldn't have got pulled over this morning, you wouldn't have come in and you wouldn't have taken care of this. Then on top of that, Live Oak takes your license plates because they shouldn't be on that vehicle. Then you get another ticket this morning. What's going on? When are you going to start abiding by the rules of the road?
I do abide by them for the most part, ma'am.
For the most part, which means not all the time. Okay, again, you're not 17, you're not 18, you're not naive. You know what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's get it together or stop driving. It's that simple.
Correct.
Okay. So do you want me to give you 30 days for your registration so that you can show me proof from 2019, or you want me to adjudicate you at this point?
I can send it to your clerk today,
Okay.
ma'am. That's no problem.
And I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. Hold on. Turn the phone off.
So the
You're
ones that
in
just walked in,
court.
turn those phones off. The ones
You
that
should
just
not
walked
have to
in,
be reminded of it. Come on, guys.
they go off, I'm gonna pick them up and return them at 5 o'clock this evening.
You guys hear that? Turn your phones off right now. Everyone, we're in court right now. Everyone in chat, turn your phone off. I will take them and I will return them at 5 o'clock. I can't enforce that, but I'm just gonna say it because it's funny.
Look at the clock. It's only 1 o'clock right now. You're not gonna get them till 5 before we close.
Okay, so I want to make sure that you bring me the
Get 'em, bailiff!
registration for a white ZX1. Do you still have that?
ZX 1400, yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, so that's the one I need the registration back in 2014. Okay. So I'm gonna reset that for 30 days. So you can bring it back to me. If you bring it back before then, that's fine. I'll dismiss it for $22.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Moore. Now, I know this car and I know what it's for, and obviously that's why you got the speeding ticket. You've got to slow down. There's no reason you're going 90 miles an hour. All right. So what we're gonna do for the expired registration, I'm gonna reset you 30 days so that you can bring me proof for the Mazda. For the speeding, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put you on probation for 60 days. You're gonna have a $50 fine plus your court costs, 60 days to pay that. You take care of that, I'll waive your failure to appear. Mr. Moore, you keep coming in here with tickets, I will just start convicting you and they will take your license away.
Yes.
So if the choice is yours, but if your license gets taken away, you have nobody to blame but yourself.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so you need to get it together before you get on the road again.
Understood.
Okay, swing around here to the right. My clerk is just gonna verify your email, okay?
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Chantel, not
004.
Oh. Yeah, there was no next clip. We just jumped courts. That's an editing mistake. That means there's going to be an extra long one at the end of this clip. All right. Anyways, so no, if you're still here. I know no is still listening. And HCC, if you're still listening. So this is the bet. This is the bet that no and I have. When the Bengals win tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when the Bengals win, every time I see him in court for 1 week, and I add his name. So every time I add his name, he has to say something about the Bengals, about how great the Bengals are. You can't say, the Bengals. Yeah, he has to say something really nice about the Bengals. So HCC just walked himself into this. So HCC, you're a part of this now too. So when the Bengals win tomorrow at 1 o'clock, you both, when I at you guys, you have to say the Bengals are awesome. Now, for whatever reason, if the refs decide to cheat and Las Vegas wins once again and the Bengals lose tomorrow, then I will face the same penalties. So whenever you at me in a courtroom, I will say that the Eagles are awesome. So, yeah, there we go. HCC, you're part of this now. It was just between No and I, but because Hector Cam Clips, you decided to come forward as an Eagles fan, you brought yourself into this, and because you're a friend. So, yeah, we're all part of this now. We're all part of this bet. HCC, you can't back down. You cannot back down. So, look out for really funny responses for the next week after tomorrow. Okay, let's finish. We haven't even gotten started yet. We're like, I don't even think we're 33% of the way through this clip. Okay. Speedling Gonzalez, let's go.
39. In all three cases, the defendant is Mr. Rosendo R. Sanchez. He's represented by attorney Pauline Portillo. And the prosecutor on these cases is Mr. Jordan Sims. Mr. Sanchez, you're on live. Can you hear us? Just for the record, we need to be able to document that you can hear us.
Yes, ma'am.
And have you consented?
Tupac, please tell me you saw that. I need to go find the short. It was hilarious. But somebody made a short about Patrick Mahomes and the referees, and it was hilarious. And it was I can't even describe it. But it was you saw him get like touched, and they said roughing the passer, that's a 15-yard penalty, automatic 17 points for Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is the greatest of all time. Kansas City wins, game over. And it showed on the clock there was still like 13 minutes left in the first quarter. It was hilarious. Please tell me you saw that, Tupac, because it was good.
Have you given your attorney, Ms. Portillo, and this court permission to go forward with your proceeding via video conference, also known as the Zoom app?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanchez. Please sit back and stand by. We'll be back to talk to you, okay? Let's have the announcements from the attorneys for and on the record, please.
Jordan Sims for the state of Texas.
Pauline Portillo for Mr. Rosendo Sanchez. And Judge, I do have a potential witness and family member that was in another breakout room. I got her name. Right. I just don't think she knows how to come back into the main room. If we could somehow pull her back when the court has a chance.
Okay, we will. We'll bring her back in. Now, Ms. Portillo filed 3 motions for you, Mr. Sanchez. It's a motion to set bond on each of these cases. So I'm going to hear from Ms. Portillo first, because she's the one asking the court to approach and to grant her motions. Once we hear from your lawyer, Mr. Sanchez, the court must allow equal access to the court from the state. So Mr. Sims may have something to add or inform the court of. Once I hear from everyone, Mr. Sanchez, and your attorney may call a witness as well. Once I hear from everyone, then the court will decide whether it's appropriate to grant 1, 2, or all 3 of your motions. It may not be appropriate, but I got to hear the evidence, Mr. Sanchez, and then we'll move forward from there. Okay? Ms. Portillo, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Judge. So Mr. Sanchez is currently.
Ms. Sanchez that came on, she needs to be out until you call her, Ms. Portillo. Who brought her? I don't know who brought her. Yeah, whoever brought her in, she needs to stay out till. Thank you.
Okay, there she goes. Okay. So Mr. Sanchez is remanded without bond on all 3 of these cases, Your Honor. It's an MTR case. He was placed on probation in your court about a year ago, and he's actually been doing just fine until a new offense was alleged that he was arrested on. It's a harassment case with one of the complainants from his probation case. That is in County Court 13, Impact Court. And he has a bond set on that. It's at $10,000. So I'm asking the court to set a bond on his MTR cases to give him the opportunity to bond out, because the MTRs really, the only thing that's alleged is this new number 1. And then along with that is the allegation that he had contact with the alleged complainant, who also produced the new number 1. And so if you look at the original MTR, that's basically what it focuses on. Now there's a supplemental MTR that was filed about 3 days ago, not by his original probation officer, but by somebody else, alleging that he had not done BIP or completed BIP or worked towards completing BIP, and that he had a positive marijuana sample back in January. I have talked to his probation officer, who said that he has started the BIP program and he's actually almost done with it. She really hasn't had any issues with him at all. And his sample given in July was clean. So really, Your Honor, what we're just looking at is this new case. I did confer with Mr. Sims prior to today, asking if he would not oppose a $2,500 bond on each MTR. He said he was in agreement, Your Honor. So that's what we're asking from the court. And that's what, from talking to the family, I understand Mr. Sanchez can afford. And so if the court is not inclined to set bond at that amount, then I probably do need to take testimony from Ms. Sanchez regarding the family's financials to give the court a full picture of what we're dealing with here.
Are you retained or are you appointed, Ms. Portillo?
I am retained, Your Honor.
And state you're okay with the 2,500 until we hear his MTR?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Yes. Marie?
Can I give you some information?
You have to announce because you didn't announce and this was not an MTR.
I understand that, Your Honor, but this is Marie Martinez for probation. I'm the
Okay.
one that did the supplemental MTR, Your Honor. There's
Okay.
some issues with this case, and the defendant was supposed to be on GPS. He has never been on GPS for probation. He was never referred to GPS. You ordered GPS. Also, he just registered for BIP. He was supposed to register within 30 days. He was placed on probation in October. He just registered for BIP with Optimal. And I also wanted to inform the court that the witness is also on probation. The witness for Ms. Portillo is also on probation, the mother of his child. And on September 30th, he was arrested at the probation department for 4 warrants, and he told his probation officer that if released, he would leave to Mexico. I have it in her notes, and I just read it.
Ms. Portillo, do you want to address that statement allegedly made by Mr. Sanchez?
Sure, can, Judge. So I wasn't there, so I can't really say for a fact whether or not that was said, but I will
say something to you, Ms. Portillo. They're officers of the court, and unless you can give me a reason to not believe what that officer is conveying to the court, I'm going to believe it. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
asking for some comment.
Sure, and I'm not saying to disbelieve that at all, Your Honor. But Mr. Sanchez, he is a father of 4 minor children, all of which reside here in San Antonio. I will go ahead and give some limited information. I do represent him on a custody matter here as well, where he is pursuing full custody of those children who are under the custody of Ms. Sanchez's mother currently. And so I really do not feel that he really meant that comment, if such was said, because he has so much to lose here in San Antonio. He really cares about his children. He's a provider for them. He's always resided in San Antonio. And given that his family can't even afford anything more than a $2,500 bond on each case, I don't believe he has the means to go there. So at this
Would
point,
you agree that money would be better spent on feeding those kids than taking care of him for not, allegedly complying with his probation?
Of course, Judge, but I will also add that the probation officer said he had provided proof of employment. He's working hard to provide for these children, and he may have made some mistakes in the past. But at this point, he's really trying to better himself. He has a new apartment. He's making space for these children. He's working with the family and people who love these children to really come to a better family unit for these children. And so with that investment in mind, and what he's pursuing, I really do not feel that he's going to be engaged in any further crime, that including leaving the country or bail jumping, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Sims, I want to know from the state exactly what Mr. Sanchez's pending charges are. And what you've agreed to a $2,500 bond on each case. I have that. But I want to know, I need more information as to whether I'm going to approve that agreement or what else I'm going to do with this gentleman. I'm very concerned about the statement he made to probation. Go ahead, Mr. Sims.
Yes, Your Honor. His pending case is a harassment charge. And I would like to note that I conferred with defense counsel prior to knowing about his statements. And now being aware of that information, I would defer to the court on this matter.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Sanchez, more recently, a term has been used, but it pretty much translates into, I didn't just fall off a turnip truck. I just didn't fall out of a coconut tree, Mr. Sanchez, into a space where I don't know what's going on. I practiced family law and child welfare law for almost 17 years. I was board certified, representing children out of families like yours, representing relatives like the ones that are taking care of your kids right now. And I'm not going to have you duplicate your behavior with your kids and imprint them with behavior that's led you to be before me now, with behavior that led to this motion to revoke to be filed. Your second chance was probation, Mr. Sanchez. And you're in here asking for a third, fourth, and fifth chance. No, I'm not going to hear from you. Keep your finger down. And I'm not going to hear from your witness. You've got a darn good attorney, and your behavior is compromising your case. She can't help the alleged facts in this case because you came to her with that. She's professional, she's competent, she's ethical, and she knows what she's telling you. I was all of that as a lawyer, but I would lose my cases because of the behavior that my clients would engage in. She can be the best lawyer in town and she's not going to be able to help you get your kids. Because if I was a judge on the civil side looking at your history, I wouldn't give you your kids. Put them at risk with someone like you and your history. So maybe you ought to kiss away those pipe dreams of taking care of your kids until you clean up your criminal matters. And then a judge can seriously look at you for placement. All 3 motions are denied today. Go think about what you've been doing, Mr. Sanchez. I remanded you without bond because you were already on probation for family violence. And then you go and you get charged with another family violence offense. Maybe it's because you didn't sign up for BIP and don't know what you're doing. You're going to wait and we're going to hear your motion to revoke matter in the very near future, but I'm not releasing you today. Maybe that ought to teach you what to say and not say, not to mouth off to officers that you're going to split to Mexico. Because you know what, Mr. Sanchez? I believe them and I believe you. Because there's a saying, when somebody shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Don't wait for them to try and clean up what they screwed up a week or 2 ago by acting their true selves and expressing their true feelings. So no, I'm not going to allow you the latitude to cut that monitor off and leave to Mexico. Someone's taking care of your kids now. They can continue to take care of them. That's it. We're done. Everyone is excused.
I completed the combined and comparative class.
I told you not to say anything, so that just tells me you're not going to do what I tell you to do. You just proved me right, Mr. Sanchez. Yeah, go ahead and mute him. He's done. Everyone is excused.
Judge, before I go, do we have a setting date for his MTRs, or would you like me to contact
Absolutely.
Sybil afterwards?
Sybil, can you give Ms. Portillo a date to have that MTR heard, please?
You're muted, Sybil.
I'll take you into a breakout room in just a moment. I'm finishing up with somebody in my office.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sybil.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. We might have 2 of these next case things. Hold on. Because the way that I clipped that on accident at the beginning. Oh, whoa, no, we did not have 2. All right, we're jumping right to Judge Gauthier. All right. So that was just an editing mistake. You know what happens when I make an editing mistake? Hold on. Judge Simpson likes to yell at me. Where's Judge Simpson at? Here we go.
Back, please. And
Yep. Judge Simpson wants to see me in the back. All right. We're gonna move on. This one's a little weird. It really is. There's a lot. You know what? I'm just gonna play it. I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to preface this, except for she fucked up. She did. And yeah. Let's watch what happens when someone messes up really badly when given a ton of chances in front of this judge. Okay, let's go.
All right, good morning, or good afternoon, sorry. We're on the record in the 53rd Circuit Court for the County of Sheboygan, and we are providing public access both in the courtroom and also online. And we have an arraignment in a probation violation warrant. People versus Felicia Manko, file 22-6422FH. Counsel, please state your appearances.
Mr. Goodrich, Sheboygan County Prosecutor.
Luke Gusky on behalf of Ms. Manko, Your Honor.
All right, good afternoon. And Ms. Manko, it's alleged that you are in violation of your probation in a couple of respects. 1, failing to report to your probation officer on September 26th. And 2, failing to attend or complete outpatient substance abuse counseling as directed. These are technical violations. You do have, looks like, 1 prior technical violation in this case. That would make it your 2nd and 3rd technical violations. That would mean that the maximum penalty would be 45 days in jail for violations. You are on probation to me for, it looks like, the possession of methamphetamine So if you get a fourth technical violation, then your probation could be revoked and you'd have to be sentenced on you could be sentenced on the underlying case. You have the right to have a hearing on these allegations where they would need to be proven by a preponderance of the evidence. And you have the right to the assistance of an attorney. I know Mr. Kukuski's filed an appearance on your behalf. You can cross-examine evidence presented against you, and you can present evidence in your own defense. Do you understand the rights you have and the maximum penalties that you face?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Kukuski, do you know how she wishes to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, at this time, in speaking with Ms. Mankel before the hearing here today, she has indicated to me that she'd like to acknowledge these violations with an explanation to the court.
All right, Ms. Mankel, you want to stand and as best you can raise your right hand for me? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Put your hand down. Has anybody promised you anything at all in exchange for your plea of guilty to violating probation?
No.
Has anybody threatened you to make you do so?
No.
Is it your own free choice to enter that plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing all this, how do you wish to plead to technical violations of your probation, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
So are you on probation to me for possession of methamphetamine?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you, as part of that probation, ordered to report to your supervising agent as directed?
Yes.
Did you fail to report to your supervising agent on or about September 26th of this year?
Yeah, because I had some situations that I had some ride situations that I was coming across, and I did not have a ride, and I was trying to explain that to Mr. Jim Fagan. And I mean, I was trying to be that power one, trying to get my own self going. And then
I think the judge will give you some time to explain that after the thing, but you did not report to Mr. Fagan on the 26th, correct? And that's in September?
Yes. Yeah.
And as part of your probation, are you required to attend and complete outpatient substance abuse counseling?
Yes.
Did you fail to attend counseling?
Yes, recently.
Mr. Kukuski, is satisfied with that factual basis?
I am, Your Honor.
Ms. Bitter?
Yes.
And Mr. Kukuski, are you aware of any promises, threats, or inducements?
I am not, Your Honor.
Ms. Bitter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, well, Ms. Mankel, I find that your plea is knowingly, understandingly, and voluntarily made, and that there is a sufficient basis in fact and law to believe that you violated your probation in the respects outlined. These are technical violations. They are violations 2 and 3. All right. As to sanction, Mr. Kukuski, and the recommendations.
Your Honor, I know Ms. Mankel was picked up on Friday. We had previously made arrangements to turn herself in on Tuesday and have this arraignment done. She does acknowledge that she missed her appointment with Mr. Fagan. I know there was some communication before that and indication by her that her vehicle wasn't working, but then, Mr. Fagan's trying to reach out to her, trying to contact her. He's not getting any response. And she does call later, acknowledging that she will not be able to make her probation appointment. At that point, I know Mr. Fagan we got to get you here sometime. We got to work this out. And so filed the violation here. She was working with DHS, and she had Medicaid or Medicare, Medicaid for her services with Bear River. That was discontinued. She had a grandmother that passed away. I think there was some problem with the way she reported her income when she was with her elderly grandfather who receives assistance. And so she's worked with a counselor in Bear River. I think it was Kathy, maybe somebody different, who helped her fill out that paperwork. And as a matter of fact, she is set to have an appointment to be screened and assessed into Bear River tomorrow at 9 a.m. in Gaylord. I know she was working with Sheboygan in the past out of here. I think the last appointment she had was for June, and I had missed that one, and that's around the time that she was downstate with her ailing grandmother who's passed away. So she's really, I think, she's trying, and I know she's, at least in my opinion, fixed the problem here. I say that because Ms. Mankel had come into my office with the gentleman, Gary Engel, who is very helpful to individuals in the community that are needy and have needs. And I know he's helped with clients that I've had in the past, probably why he brought Felicia into my office, but he certainly indicates that he's available and has offered to give her rides if she needs rides and she can't make appointments. She's also purchased a new vehicle that she just needs to pick up that seems to be operational and running. She has 2 aunts in the area that have also offered to help her with rides. She was previously not communicating with these aunts because when she was incarcerated on a bond violation, I think the home that her and her grandfather stayed in went into foreclosure, and so it caused a rift in the family. But before getting picked up on the warrants here, I know she had contact with them. They mended that relationship, and so she does have that potential in those 2 who she can tap for rides, and so she's really made that effort. I think she was very scared, obviously, because she takes care of her.
Well, I mean, this isn't just a rides issue, right? I mean, she has a prior failing to report back in June.
Correct.
That she just basically got a warning for.
Yeah.
And before the agents come and get a warrant from me, there are a few things that have to happen. 1, the person doesn't report. 2, the agent reaches out and tries to talk to them, can't do it. 3, the agent physically goes to their home and can't find them, or nobody answers the door. So this is not just I don't have a ride problem. This is I'm gonna do probation my way and blow it on.
No, sir.
And reporting to my probation officer is not a high priority for me. Can I ask you, Ms. Mankel, one of your conditions of probation was to take care of all outstanding warrants. Do you remember that?
Yes, and I've been working on it. I'm just, like I said.
Where are you at in the Mecosta County warrant then?
That I've been talking to them back and forth with SOS, and because I had it in my paperwork said it got cleared. Then they wanted paperwork, and then I still had to pay the $750. But in the meantime, I've been paying my fines, trying to get my fines and stuff all caught up. So I mean, I'm working on paying all these fines. I've had numerous of fines.
Have you talked to the court, the district court in Mecosta County?
Yep, I have. I have talked to them.
What they tell you to do?
Pay the bench warrant because it's already been issued, and there's nothing I can do. It's just
To pay the bench warrant. You're telling me that you contacted the court and they didn't tell you you should turn yourself in on a warrant?
Well, that was, yeah, you should always turn yourself in on a warrant.
Yes, that's exactly my point right now. And you've been on probation how many months?
For a while.
Since September last year.
All right, we also got a warrant out of Emmett County right now, it looks like, for
Same
the
thing.
probation violation. So
Yes.
That's correct.
at a minimum, you gotta be brought over there.
Yes, and that's where, because I'm on probation with both counties, and I know I was in a lot of a situation before this. I mean, I had 5-6 months before all this, and I mean, I'm trying to become a better person. I'm trying to do what's better. I'm not trying to blow up these courts. I'm trying to work with these courts. And Jim, I'm so sorry if you feel like I was trying to.
But his feelings have nothing.
I know, but I wasn't trying to avoid anything. I'm not trying to. I just thought I could, I was told some stuff that I needed to do by myself and do it. And I'm trying to do it. It's just I can only make so much money towards these fines and so much money towards this. And I need to, yes, I will handle that warrant. If I need to take care of that warrant, I can do it.
That's what I ordered you to do months ago, and you haven't done that either.
And on top, because I had a foreclosure in my home, I was getting ready to lose my home, and I needed to come up with every dollar I could to make sure that our money was going towards our house before we lost our home. And then I've been trying to put money towards these cars, thinking that if I don't get these cars going, I'm not going to be able to make it towards my counseling. I'm not going to be able to make it towards the stuff that I'm already failing to do at this moment right now. And I was trying to avoid where I'm at right now, I believe, and it just wasn't working my way. I know, and I'm so sorry, and I'm so sorry for being here in front of you, and I'm sorry for taking this out on my family and not asking more for help from them, and I don't know where to go, and I need to get that structure behind me again, and I'm trying. If you will understand me.
I do believe there was a face-to-face at Ms. Mankel's home with Mr. Fagan, where he observed a vehicle that she had that was inoperable, and she was trying to get fixed.
And I did see Jim Fagan.
Not since this warrant was signed.
Correct.
No.
Right, okay. All right.
But just previous.
Yes, somebody
But
doesn't
within that
show
same
up.
month.
Well, again, that doesn't matter, right? If you don't have a ride, that's one level of problem. But if you're communicating with your probation agent and your agent goes out, knocks on the door, and you answer it, then guess what? You don't get arrested.
I never even knew he showed up at my door.
You weren't talking to him. They don't come and get a warrant until they can't find a probation. All right.
I'm sorry.
Ms. Goodrich, recommendations.
Oh, yeah, Sean, I believe that incarceration is appropriate at this time. We were just here a few months ago where the same thing, a warning was given and that didn't work. She was given a second chance at sentencing by having outstanding warrants and given time to rectify those, and months have gone by without that happening, and then failing to report previously and now failing to report again. It sounds like the communication is just not important to her, and everything that she's saying that never was, it sounds like, communicated to the agent or worked out in advance. And so now when she's in jail, all of a sudden she has these reasons and excuses. Thank you.
All right. Well, Ms. Manko, this is your third violation. You failed to report to your officer twice. You've failed to complete counseling as ordered.
I've been in counseling, sorry.
Well, what do you want? I want to make sure I know everything you want me to know.
I have been in counseling for a while, and I just recently, when I got cut off my assistance, I had to reapply, and that's why I have gotten cut off for my counseling. But I did get back into counseling, and I have been talking to them, and I've been reaching out. I do have an agent that I've been working with, Angie, through DHS. I mean, I do take care of my grandpa that he's got heart failure. He's got stage 3 heart failure. He just had a pacemaker put in. He's got stage 3 cancer. So, I mean, I have had a lot of problems with, trying to focus around that kind of structure. My son, my kid's dad's never there to help me. And I'm trying to make sure that I can be there for my son right now too. I mean, he's innocent out of all this. And that's a problem for making this a situation in front of the judge and you and everyone here. I'm sorry. Just let me keep trying to focus on this.
Well, we're going to keep you on probation. Continue your probation. We're not going to revoke it yet. You don't have 4 technicals. But again, this is the second failure to appear. You've got to answer the warrant in Emmett County. That's not my case. Also, I'm looking at, we checked you today, that warrant in Mecosta is still there, and it's a statewide pickup. So you're going to have to sit and see if they want to get you. And you're doing nothing to deal with that. I guess at this point, I'm going to order 20 days jail, credit for 4 days served if you were picked up on Friday, and continue on probation. So then you'll owe me 16 right now, and then continue on probation. I imagine we'll arrange with Agent Fagan to deal with what they want to do with her.
The jail should be in communication with Emmett County. I have filed an appearance over there in respects to that man. You're under that matter, Your Honor. I will reach out to Mecosta County and see what exactly is going on there, but I did not, and was not aware of the Mecosta County.
Okay, all right. That'll be the order of the court, Ms. Manko. Okay.
I'm sorry again for being in your courtroom, Your Honor.
I was here anyway. Just communicate with Agent Fagan. He doesn't want to do warrants for you.
I know he does. Thank you.
All right, good.
Yeah, she's got a statewide pickup order, which is what Judge Gauthier just said. She's not going anywhere. She got 20 days in jail for whatever she was just admitted to, but yeah, she's not going anywhere anytime soon. If she's got a statewide pickup order on a warrant, get your life together, man. You got kids. Don't stand up there crying about your kids and then not do anything to take care of your kids. I'm sorry. No sympathy about that. If you're going to cry about your kids and you're not doing anything about them, I'm sorry. I'm just going to move on by just like now. Next case. Let's go.
Shaw.
She's here. That's sin.
Sorry, what do you have?
Oh my gosh. I hit pause like 3 times. Okay. We're in Judge Stevens' court. This is the last clip. It's a little bit longer. It's about 20 minutes long. This one's kind of infuriating. That's how you pronounce that word. All right, let's go. This is, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to spoil this. Let's go.
Okay. Yes, sir. Here we are. This is sentencing. Earlier, the defendant, who is present with Mr. Adams, her attorney, pleaded guilty to the second-degree felony of assault on a peace officer. A pre-sentence report has been prepared, and the parties have an opportunity to review it. And are there any corrections or changes to it? Defense? No. State?
No, Your Honor.
Then it is made a part of the record for all purposes. I'm sorry. It's been like. What we doing? Several money comes in. Yeah, they were back. They were holding back. Yeah, I'm here to go ahead. Yes, sir. They have to be basically dividing, which translates people on some of the accepted devices. Yeah. Maybe able to didn't allow they weren't. Okay. Question myself. Why?
What's up, K-Bar? K-Bar. I am playing just random court clips tonight because I don't usually go live on Saturday nights. Very little editing in these clips. As you can tell with the dead time, there's dead air time. The clips aren't that great. I'm just going through the clips. We're just having fun hanging out, watching court together. I kind of brought you guys into my life. This is what I do all day. So I watch court all day. You know, some of them are good, some of them aren't. This one does end up being really good, though. It is Judge Stevens. Wouldn't have it if it wasn't going to be good. It's about to pop off here. As soon as they start talking.
All right, have the parties had an opportunity to review this pre-sentence report?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any corrections or changes to it?
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
It's made a part of the record for all purposes then. All right, go ahead. Anything you want to say?
Not really, Judge. I'm just asking you follow the recommendation. The biggest thing with her is that she had significant mental health issues they didn't raise to the level of insanity or incompetency, but she was diagnosed with bipolar, and several other mental disorders. But I think if she's on probation, from what I can see, she's gonna do well. She's currently working as a assistant teacher, I guess that's what you call it. What kind of teacher are you?
Pre-ETS,
What is the ETS?
pre-employment transition service.
Right, so she's doing something with her mom, where, and what school is that?
It's a middle school.
Okay, so she's at Vincent working as a teacher, but her main thing is.
As a teacher?
Well, what do? You said you're a teacher, right?
It's kind of like a teacher's aide, Judge. She's got to prove herself before she can move into the program.
Right, so that's what she's doing now.
Do you have a degree?
I have a certification. No, sir, I don't have a degree.
And Vincent is allowing you to teach children without a degree? Is that right?
Under my certification, I'm allowed.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So Vincent Middle School is allowing you to teach children and you don't have a degree?
Yes, sir.
They know about your rich drug usage here? I mean, how long have you been over there teaching?
About, it's been a year now.
A year.
It's going on the school year. It's going on the whole school year.
It says that you were using,
All right. This is tough. This is really tough because what if she's the best teacher there is? What if she's doing an amazing job? Just Stevens isn't asking, how are you doing at your job? She has no one in her corner except for her public defender for her criminal action. We have no idea. What if she's the best goddamn teacher that whatever school she's teaching at? We don't know that. I don't want to. I want to fight this so hard. The not having a degree to teach kids. You know what? If you can teach kids, you can teach kids. Why do you need a degree? I wish I didn't spend 4 years on a degree that doesn't matter. I do. No one can tell me what I can and can't do. She might be really good at it. I wish she stopped using drugs, though. I really do. But if she's really good at teaching, let her teach. Get some people to defend her. Get some people at her back. We don't know. And I'm just prefacing this because I know how this ends. We're about to go. Just saying, I think Judge Stevens sees things one way and one way only. But what's about to happen is not going to help my. It's not going to help my side of what I'm arguing. Okay, let's go.
Drugs, cocaine, synthetic marijuana up through September 13th of 24. That was last month. Is that right? That can't be right, can it? Or is that right? Is that right?
No, sir.
That's what this says. Y'all didn't have any objections to it. Does this see it says date of last use, cannabis, September 13th, 24.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. And I knew the second I started arguing this, I'm not defending her. I'm not defending her at all. I'm defending the Judge Stevens saying, "Oh, you don't have a degree to teach kids. You can't teach kids." Then that's what I was disagreeing with. I wasn't disagreeing with the drug use and Judge going off on that. That's not what I'm disagreeing with. If you're a good teacher, let you teach. That's what I was saying. But yeah, like I said, I'm defending anti-Judge Stevens right now, not for this particular defendant. That's what I was doing. That needs to be made clear. All right, let's finish this one up.
Began using and last used it around September 13th, 2024. That's last month.
Right.
1 week before her PSI interview. she admitted to smoking marijuana daily, averaging 3 blunts per day. And you're teaching kids at school, at Vincent School?
Yes, sir.
She first used powdered cocaine at 18, last used it September 13th, 2024. Typically snorting less than 1 gram per sitting. Uses once.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not defending this particular person. I'm just saying judge's argument against teachers in that one statement didn't make sense. That's all I was arguing. That's it. I don't think you need to have a specialized degree to teach kids. I don't. That's all I was saying. That's it. You guys can leave your comments in the comment section and say that I was saying otherwise. And I said, just wait till you hear what else she did, and I'm not a fan of it. But I did make that point clear as well. All right, let's finish this one up.
A week. Synthetic marijuana, which makes people do delirious things. Use synthetic marijuana from age 20 until 2023, approximately 1 gram of the drug per day during that period. So, Vincent School has hired you to teach kids, and you're smoking marijuana every day and using cocaine once a week? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
What's going on here?
Um,
I know this isn't all they can. This isn't the potential of what they can hire to teach children. I mean, this is middle school.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, somebody's got to step in and do something here.
Because I think on the positive side of it.
Yeah, I want to hear something positive. Yeah.
I think on the positive side of that, to my knowledge, and I don't want to misspeak, she can speak for herself, but from my knowledge, she has not had any incidents at the school. And as far as at the school, she has not been like intoxicated and she's been.
How do you know that?
But from talking to her.
From talking to her.
Right.
Okay. But she's admitting she's using cannabis and synthetic marijuana daily until recently.
It's just cannabis.
No, that's not what the probation office says. Used powdered cocaine, began using it 18, last used it around September 13th, 2024. That was last month, man. Estimating her usage once a week, but the marijuana daily. And synthetic marijuana, use that until last year, which makes people jump off high buildings because they don't know what they're doing. Synthetic marijuana is straight from hell.
Yes, sir.
But that's what you're like to use.
And I think, Judge, on page 5 of the recommendations, where it says, it could be argued that probation placement was favorable for several reasons. And I think one of those several reasons is because drug issues. And I was looking.
Wait, read this again.
I was looking on page 5.
Yeah, where on page 5?
I'm sorry, where it says paragraph recommendations. In this case, it could be argued that probation placement might be favorable for several reasons. And then they go through the several reasons in there, beginning with first. And then as it relates to, you see what it has in there about she also appears to have stable anime. And then except for marijuana use.
Okay, what's the second paragraph say?
Well, that's the
however it begins. The court should also proceed with caution if considering probation, as there are several risk factors to consider that you didn't talk about. The defendant's history shows repeated involvement in violent incidents, although admittedly without final convictions, including domestic violence, resisting arrest, and the current offense involving assault on a peace officer. This suggests an ongoing pattern of volatile behavior, especially when unmedicated or under the influence of drugs. Her bipolar disorder, when untreated, reportedly manifests in insomnia.
Like I said, I'm not defending her. Nothing I said was in defense of this person at all. I was just arguing against Judge Stevens, and that was it. That was it. No one hold that against me, please.
And hallucinations, and may escalate to the risk of future incidents if not carefully monitored. Furthermore, her continued daily use of marijuana and the use of cocaine indicates significant substance abuse issues, which may complicate her ability to comply with probation terms. Her past associations with a gang, while not elaborated on, could also present a concern regarding her influences and environment. The court might consider these risks against the benefits of rehabilitation in considering if whether she can likely follow through with requirements of probation. That second paragraph throws gas on that. There's nothing good about that second paragraph. I'm still concerned about all of this, and she's teaching children at a school. Does anybody have a concern about that? I know,
Judge, I have
it's
all
just
kinds
rhetorical.
of, I have, yes. I mean, that's a BISD decision that I don't really want to
What do
comment
they,
on
do
YouTube
they,
about.
but are they completely aware of what they're dealing with here? Or the parents of the children completely aware?
Only if they're watching now, I would have guessed, Judge.
All right, the agreement here is deferred or unadjudicated probation, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any objections to the people following this? To the court following this by the parties?
No, no, sir.
No, Your Honor.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the following findings: that you have pleaded guilty voluntarily in this case to the second-degree felony of assault on a peace officer. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But I am going to defer any finding of guilt and place you on deferred or unadjudicated probation for 10 years. There is no fine here. There will be terms and conditions of probation, which obviously are going to be focused and concentrated on your substance abuse issues, as well as other issues that have been expressed here in this pre-sentence report, which are all very disturbing. You will be ordered to, of course, properly take any medicines that are properly distributed by a licensed physician. You will abstain from all illegal consumption of drugs or intoxication. You will also your probation shall also include a mandatory mental health assessment, and any treatment that is recommended upon that assessment will be ordered.
Yeah, Bev. I'm I'm not proud of this, but I could probably, if I was there or bet enough money, I could chug an entire bottle of Listerine without any kind of gag reflex whatsoever. It's not hard to do. Just saying. Yeah. I think I could. I think I could do it. If you put a bottle of Listerine in front of me, I think I could chug it. Like, I'm not going to. I think that's going to be, put me to sleep for a lot longer than I want to, but I could do it. But I don't have a problem, so I'm not doing that for, for any kind of reaching. But I think I could do it. Dare me? No. I'm gonna know. I have to know the medical risk of doing that. Like, if I do it, will like my liver shut down? Is it like the same as like taking a whole bottle of Advil, Tylenol PM or whatnot? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a lot of research before I even accept that dare. But I believe I could. I have, as most of you know, I've been a bartender chef for a long time, and I'm drinking a lot. When I say a lot, I'm gonna say a shit ton of very heavy, extremely hoppy IPAs. And it has destroyed my throat when it comes to gag reflex. There is nothing I can't chug. You put something in front of me, I will be able to chug it. Just because of 20 years of drinking IPAs. So yeah. I'll do it. I'll do it. If we can find out that it's not gonna kill me, yeah, let's do it. I'll chug it for you guys. I'll show you.
This states a structured outpatient substance abuse program or other program, if clinically warranted, could provide counseling, education, and support for her to overcome her dependency. So this program is going to be ordered to include regular drug testing to ensure compliance with sobriety. And other programs that the probation office deems are appropriate due to her drug abuse and violent tendencies. You've been a police officer here, and you have, which is inexcusable. And you have two misdemeanor convictions of unlawfully carrying weapons out of Walker County and in Galveston County. So mistakes and being dealt with criminal proceedings have consequences to it for your bad choices.
Yes, sir.
You're going to do 90 days. You're going to serve 90 days in the county jail. I'll do that on weekends. If that's what you wish, you can serve those on successive weekends. You don't assault the people who represent you and other members of the community in doing their job, like biting them like an animal would bite somebody. It's just uncalled for. There's no excuse for that. Of course. You're going to report on or before 6:00 p.m. each Friday. If that's what you want, weekends or straight time,
Weekends.
on or before 6:00 p.m. each Friday, and then they will release you on 6:00 p.m. Sunday. You'll do that on successive weekends until 90 days are served. And right, I've signed these. We're going to see the probation officer. And what I want.
Not a misdemeanor report.
Hmm?
That's not a misdemeanor report.
Okay, there's a capias for your arrest right now out of misdemeanor court for resisting arrest. And this offense date states on or about October 22nd, 2023. Is this a copy? You have an original there? This copy's going to give it to Langston.
Give it to me, Judge.
Yeah. So she's not going anywhere, obviously, but I'm going to drug test her first before she's goes back.
Do you know what misdemeanor court that's out of?
It just says what it says in the four corners.
Only reason I was asking is because I could probably go see if I can take care of that this morning.
I don't know.
I was supposed to go to court this morning over there.
There's a capias for your arrest out. Then when we have to act on
I
it.
mean, I'm going to jail.
Yes, ma'am. That's the way it works. Yes, you're
Can I
going.
call my family to see?
No, they'll take care of all that. First thing though, I want her drug tested too. Before she disappears from.
I just saw her.
Take my students out.
Right now. Three. I can see if I can.
All right. I kind of got caught up in the chat, guys. I am so sorry. This video's over. This was the last clip. I was sitting there. I was running scenarios through my head where it would be a good idea to drink this or drink that, and just to show you that my gag reflex is completely destroyed because I drank way too many heavy IPAs over the years. And I was trying to think of a funny way to show you guys, but there's nothing adult about doing that. So I'm just going to end it now. I actually grabbed a Coors Light out of my fridge. I'm like, you know what? I will show you that I can drink this whole Coors. And I hit the play button. I will drink this whole Coors Light. And it's just like, hey, this is my proof. Like, that's not proof. And that's not even cool. So I'm not going to do it. So we're just going to call it a night. We're going to call it a night. You guys all have a great evening. I don't know why we got off on this tangent. Tonight was a weird night. We started off weird. The middle was weird. We ended weird. How about we just all go and have a good night's rest, and that way we can watch the Bengals beat the shit out of the Eagles tomorrow. That's what we need to do. That is all that needs to happen. So let's just do that. Bengals are going to beat the Eagles tomorrow. Therefore, I can make fun of No and Hector all week long. That is my goal. And I'm gonna make it happen. All right. You guys have a great night. I'm going to bed. Yeah, I'm going to bed. Tonight's been weird. So let's just call it a night. No Discord tonight. I wanted to jump in Discord tonight, but it's been weird. That's a sign for bed. Okay. Have a great night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. If you haven't done it already, please hit that like button. I will see you tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow night. The Bengals game is at 1:00, so I will be live tomorrow night. You might not see much of me until tomorrow night, but I will be live tomorrow night. All right. How many times can I say tomorrow night in one time? Tomorrow night. I will see you tomorrow night. Okay. Till later. Bye.